Hi, this is Terry Wurzbacher with tips for improving your visit to the doctor. And you can check this out more at yourdoctorsaidwhatblog.com. All right, let's see where we are today. Just to recap, though, we've been over why there are problems with doctor-patient communication, what you can do about it, and then today I thought we'd talk about why bother. Why should I bother with this? What difference does it make? Well, okay, you don't want to forget important information. If you remember, I believe, in week 1, we talked about that being one of the problems, is that patients pick out what they think is important. Well, if you write everything down, which is what we ended with last week, you'll find that you don't have a problem because you won't forget the important information. You won't forget when it started, when your belly pain moved, when your knee started to hurt, when your headache went to one side, any of that information. You won't have a problem with that. You'll be able to answer your loved one's questions. And I don't know about you, I'm kind of lucky this way, but I've been in the position where people have wanted to say, well, what did he say about this? And that's not even anything you ever thought of. And you really probably don't care, but you're happy that your loved one, your husband, or whatever is interested, and you want to be able to answer that. Or maybe you're calling your mother or your aunt or your sister, and they will be asking these questions. If you've written these questions down, and more importantly, if you've asked for their input initially in your question list, then they'll feel a part of your care, part of your treatment. There's nothing so much that feels so bad as feeling helpless when someone else is sick. At least if you involve them, you'll be able to get some questions for the doctor. Like, how long should I expect this to go on? Is there something else I can do about it other than surgery? Is there alternative medications? Are there things that you can give me because I don't have a lot of money? Those are the type of things that you really need to write down and ask the questions about and get the input from those around you. When you bother with all of this stuff, you'll feel much more in control of your health and your body. There's nothing worse at all than feeling like you're not in control. That you go in that doctor's office, it's bad enough, they put you on the scale, they make you fill out all this questionnaire. You can tell where I'm focused on this scale thing. But they make you get weighed, they get your blood pressure and your pulse and your temperature. They don't tell you diddly squat about it. Then they shove you in this room, put on this gown, you're freezing, there's nothing in the room to read because all the magazines are out in the front and they didn't tell you to bring one, and you're sitting there in the tick-tock, 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 and then you never know when the doctor's going to walk in. So you feel totally helpless. I understand that, and we don't, as doctors, don't do a very good job of helping patients not feel helpless. If you have your list of things that's going on, the chronology, your questions, at least you'll feel in control of your health and body. This next one is you'll be able to train your doctor, I think is extremely important, because maybe not so much in the emergency room or if you're traveling, that type of thing, but if you have a regular primary care doctor, once you start doing this, you'll be able to dialogue with him. He'll actually look forward to you. I had one doctor, who was actually a physician's assistant, came in and said, well, I understand you have a list of what went on or chronology. I don't remember what he said, and it was almost sounded demeaning, and I could have gotten defensive, but I didn't, because I knew that I was in control. A nurse had passed that information to him, and let him laugh at me. I don't care. He had all the information he needed. But there was a hint of respect in that phrase, too. It was sort of like he didn't want to let down the I'm the doctor, you're the patient thing. But I think it was helpful. If I'd seen that guy again, he would have expected it. You'll be able to train them to expect your questions, that you've written down these questions. You'll be able to train him and help you. I don't have time to answer all your questions today. If you leave me this list of questions, I'll be able to get back to you. I have a certain time of day that I call my patients and I can go over them and get back to you then. Will that be all right with you, Mrs. So-and-so? And you could even recommend that. Sir, I know I have all these questions. I know you're very busy. You may not be able to answer them until you get all the information back. Could I leave this list with you? And then make sure that you have your own list. So, again, to summarize, it's important that you realize that you're not going to want to forget important information that might have something to do with your diagnosis. You'll be able to answer your own questions and the questions of others around you. You'll definitely feel more in control of your health and your body, and you'll be able to train your doctor. Who wouldn't love that? All right, this is Terry Wurzbacher with Your Doctor Said What, exposing the communication gap, and I'll see you next week.